A former sailor spent more than 30 years in prison for a rape and murder in Newport News. The problem was he didn't do it.
His lawyers say that his conviction was based almost entirely on bite marks left on the victim. Last month, we showed you Keith Harward cleared by DNA, taking his first steps of freedom. 45 days later, how is he adjusting to life on the outside?
10 on your sides, Erin Kelly spent a day with him in his hometown. Erin.
On one of his first days out of prison, Keith Harward walked around his hometown for 8 hours till he had blisters. He wanted to see everything. People tell him to relax, but he says he's trying to live like a 27-year-old because that's where he left off.
Everything else is pretty much gone.
We're still original.
Yeah.
Still cook different.
Still got the special sauce.
There is a certain comfort in returning to a place that hasn't changed.
Well, that's Ralph. He's the man. Ralph has been here forever and a day.
A feeling you couldn't fully appreciate unless your world stopped 33 years ago.
Well, I'm hungry, so I'm going in.
The burgers at Beef Burger taste the same as they did in 1983, when life moved on without Keith Harward as the prison doors closed behind him. A Newport News jury decided Harward entered this home on Warwick Boulevard, killed a man with a crowbar, and repeatedly raped and bit the victim's wife while their children slept. A security guard at the shipyard's 50th Street gate nearby thought Harward looked like the sailor he had seen in a bloodied white uniform, working on the USS Carl Vinson.
I didn't do the crime, so I wasn't sweating it. That's why I cooperated all through this.
The jury just simply went on, I'm sure, the bite mark, because the bite mark seemed so clear, and seemed clear because of the witnesses.
With both attorneys stressing the uniqueness of the Harward case.
At trial, dental experts testified that it looked like Harward bit the victim, but hair, cigarettes from the scene, and swabs of saliva didn't match up. The victim never identified Harward as the killer, yet he was sentenced to life. Here's prosecutor Willard Robinson after sentencing.
I feel that justice prevails. No question about it.
I was going to die in prison. I wasn't going to ever get out.
Decades later, the Innocence Project got involved, and new testing of DNA evidence proved it wasn't him. And there was a cold hit in a databank pointing to Harward's former shipmate, Jerry Crotty, who died in an Ohio prison 10 years ago.
Well, next thing I know, I'm in this big conference room with the warden. He's telling, well, you've been exonerated. You're a free man.
Hours after that, and more than 11,000 days after his conviction, Harward stepped out from the walls that contained him. His lawyers said the case, which could have ended with the death penalty, should terrify everyone.
They were wrong because bite mark evidence has no basis in science whatsoever. They were wrong because it's bad science.
I'm going to be overwhelmed because I've got to start my life over again.
I wasn't there to be able to help them.
Harward headed to his hometown, Greensboro, North Carolina, where it took him 2 weeks just to get an ID card.
I'm a 60-year-old newborn, so everything's all new to me. This park wasn't here when I left.
Society has changed.
Everybody's on cell phones. Everybody's on cell phones. They're driving their cars, walking down the street, sitting in a restaurant, in the bathroom.
Even the bathrooms changed.
You have to do something to get the toilet to flush. And I found out if you walk away, it will flush. You know, whoa, what'd I do, you know?
Harward refuses to sit still. He gets up at 6 a.m., walks the neighborhood, works on his older brother's yard. He does it for his brother, his parents too.
Mildred, Juanita Smith, and Charles Robinson Harward.
Gone before their son found redemption.
But they knew all along. It was kind of rough. Still is, you know.
All that happened to him in the space between two dates, Harward will carry that always.
I'm exonerated number 341 and hope there's thousands more. Well, let's hope there's never any more that they have to exonerate.
Harward says he's sorry for the victims. They found out decades later they were not safe. He says he turned down parole because he didn't want to have to register as a sex offender or be a burden to his family. He has not said if he plans to take any legal action. Erin Kelly, 10 on your side.
To learn more about Harward's amazing story, visit WAVY.com. We have extended interviews and a timeline of the case there.
And look for Erin's story tomorrow about the problems Harward's attorneys see in this case.